Am I recording? I believe I am recording. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good people. I hope you're doing well and blessed and grateful this Tuesday morning. I'm actually recording this earlier on Monday. It's 40 degrees where I'm at, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, about 4 degrees, 4.5 degrees Celsius. It's a good, chilly morning. I'm loving it. Cloudy. Believe it's going to be a cloudy day. Get hot, gotta be probably around a high of 60. I'm not sure. But whichever way the days goes, I'm gonna be grateful for it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't liked any of my videos, please let this be the first video that you like. And at the end of this video, as always, I'm going to be revealing something personal about myself, as I always do in all my videos. So please make sure you stick around to the end. Anyway, I'd like to welcome you all today to another edition of Letters from a Nut. And today's letter, as always, it's from Mr. Ted L. Nancy. And today's letter he wrote to the manager of McComick and Schmick's, the fish house. I guess it's a restaurant that mostly serves seafood. And this letter was written on August 12th, 1996. To a McComick and Schmick's, the fish house, 206 North Rodeo Drive. Rodeo is spelled the same way as rodeo, but I guess if you're in California, you pronounce it Rodeo. Beverly Hills, California, 90210. Some of you know that zip code. Probably some of you know it from your favorite TV show. Maybe you live over there. I don't know. I'm drinking coffee today, this morning. On my second cup already. I'm loving it. Anyway, this is what Mr. Ted L. Nancy wrote to McComick and Schmicks. Dear sir or madam, I would like to dine in your establishment on the evening of Thursday, September 12th, 1996. I have a predicament. I suffer from immense odor. I have tried everything: baths, colognes, skin washes. I have been to a doctor who told me there's nothing he can do. I just think it is embarrassing. I'm used to the odor, but I am afraid others are not. My question: can I dine by the garbage area so others won't be offended? If you can put a table and chair out there, I can eat by your dumpsters. Believe me, the smell is that bad. It's stinky. Everybody will be happy and I will get my meal. I will sit by your garbage bins and enjoy my meal. I don't mind the stench. I will pay for any additional expenses. It's just that I can't take the stress anymore, and I don't want to offend any other diners. I have been successful with this at other restaurants, but to tell you the truth, I am sick of chicken. I want some good old-fashioned seafood. I have heard of your Copper River salmon. I write ahead so that when I arrive at your restaurant and you get a whiff of my order, you won't turn me away. You will simply lead me to the garbage bins outside and seat me where I will enjoy my meal. The reservation will be for September 12th, 1996, or another night if you are busy that night. Let me know. Thank you for writing back. Again, let me know the cost of this service. Thank you. Sincerely, Ted L. Nancy. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, thank you for listening to that letter that Mr. Nancy wrote to the McComick and Schmicks. And as always, I repeat myself. I'm probably aware some of you are saying this with me. Every letter has to include something personal about yourself. And in this letter, it's not different. We get to learn something new about Mr. Ted L. Nancy. He has extreme odor, or so I believe he calls it extreme. He stinks, and he's aware of it. And it's a problem, a predicament that most people suffer from. I know, I've been told, a few people have told me, hey, Martin, you need to go shower, man. How long has it been since you showered? Because we smelled you once you walked in the house. And it can be like that. It can be, you know, whatever way, you know, the order affects you. You're still self-aware, and you can see Mr. Nancy is a self-aware person and cares about other people too. So he's aware about his condition and writes to McComics and McComick and Schmick. Yeah, McComick and Schmick tells them about his condition, and he doesn't want to bother any other people going to the restaurant. Anyway, good people, what do you think the restaurant said to him? Do you think they offered a table at the dumpsters? Or do you think they just kicked him out? Or do you think they allowed him to come in? We'll find out, because about a month later, a little bit over a month later, on September 17th, 1996, McComics, there's their logo with a fish, like a bass or something. I don't know. Could be a salmon. They wrote back to Mr. Nancy, and this is what they wrote. Dear Mr. Nancy, thank you for your second letter of inquiry regarding reservations availability relative to your particular and personal situation. I have received both, and I do apologize for not having responded sooner. I'd like you to know I did try to reach you personally by phone upon receipt of your first letter, but was unable to obtain your number at the Moore Park address. I must be honest and say your request for sitting under the circumstances you suggest is unique to my experience. McComick's and Schmick's has built a reputation of accessibility to all who wish to dine here. But of course, even that intention has its limits based on logistics, liability, and decorum. Accordingly, and although I very much appreciate your consideration of other guests in not wanting to offend them due to your particular condition, your suggestion to sit and serve you in our dumpster area is not simply an option. We appreciate and agree your deference to other guests, and indeed have a responsibility to ensure that the dining environment at McComick's and Schmick's is pleasant to the general public dining at our restaurants. With that in mind, the only possible option may be a reservation in our conference room on our mezzanine level dining room. This option would of course be subject to the room availability, and typically it is booked for a minimum number of 10 to 15 people because it entails dedicated service by one wait person. Having reviewed the above and with the intention to satisfy your request, we would have to discuss the matter directly to ensure that all potential details be covered. I would be happy to have that conversation with you either by phone or in person at your earliest convenience. Please feel free to call me at your convenience. My schedule as a senior manager has me visiting our 3 Los Angeles restaurants on a weekly basis. Please try one of the following numbers in the order presented. Should I be in a meeting, please inform the host that I requested to be interrupted for the call. I look forward to speaking with you soon. And over here, there's the 3 phone numbers for McComick and Schmick's, the Beverly Hills restaurant, they're downtown LA, and they're Pasadena. He gets all those 3 telephone numbers, and the letter finishes with, until then, yours very truly, Gary Nellis, Senior Manager. Good people. I don't know how many of you thought that Mr. Nancy would have gotten the reply that he got. That not only would the restaurant, McComick and Schmick, accommodate him, but they would give him probably the prime real estate at their restaurant, the conference room or the mezzanine. And I don't know how good they are, but they're probably good. You know, if you have a conference room and you're a big establishment, that's where you go. You know, you want to impress clients, you want to impress investors. That's where you take them. You take them to the conference room. And over here, I did not expect this, but I had read the letter before I started recording. So I had seen it and I was surprised. And I bet some of you, probably all of you, are surprised by the reply, the response that he got, the accommodative service that he's been offered. So, like I keep saying, you never know. You never know until you ask. You know, I think it's in the Bible. You know, knock and it shall be opened. Ask and you shall receive. I know it's not Sunday, but it's good to preach any day, good people. It's all about life. It's all about living. Anyway, good people, as always, I like to finish this video with something personal about myself. And I hadn't actually thought of something personal about myself, what I was going to talk about. So if you ever have any questions, anything you'd like to know about me, please comment. You know, and I could talk about it on my next video. And you could know something more about myself anyway. Oh yeah, so I'll tell you something about myself. Might be nasty, but it's still something about myself. I got tooth feelings back when I was maybe 10 years old. That's a young age for some. At least I believe it's a young age for someone to get tooth feelings, and I just had very poor dental hygiene, and my mom would try to get on my case to brush my teeth. But you know, my mom was even my dad gave me the option of being responsible early on, and this was I guess my first test, and I failed it miserably, or maybe I failed it with flying colors. You know, I was supposed to be brushing my teeth every night before I go to bed, and I didn't. I was supposed to be brushing my teeth every day, you know, but I didn't, and I was supposed not to. I was not supposed to be eating a lot of candy, a lot of sugars, but I did, and so it ended up affecting me. Ended up messing with two of my back teeth and messed them up really bad. Ended up getting some what they call, I guess, the mercury fillings. And recently, about a few months ago, one of them ended up cracking. The tooth actually ended up cracking. So like on the side, the filling is exposed, and like I guess even the nerves and stuff, because sometimes I'll drink something and it'll get over there and it'll be like really painful. It's like when you get a brain freeze when you eat too much ice cream at once. Yeah, that's how it feels. So there's something personal about myself, good people. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Otherwise, please be blessed. Please be happy. Smile. Even if you feel like crying, smile. It releases a dopamine, serotonin, I believe, into your mind. So it's counteractive. You have to learn how to deprogram, reprogram your mind, your thoughts, your habits. Start simple, baby steps. Smiling is easy, you know. I remember we had a teacher once who used to tell us that it takes maybe, let's say, 10 muscles or something like that to smile. But frowning takes like 10 times that almost. You know, like frowning, you're stressing all these muscles, not only in your face, but in your neck, all these other places, you know. Smiling relaxes muscles. So, and it's good for you. Like I said, you get a dopamine and serotonin release. You may not feel it. It's not like something that's being recorded. You cannot see it on a computer screen like, hey, you just got 10 milligrams of serotonin released. But it's like the placebo. You have to believe. I guess it's like religion or faith. You have to believe without seeing. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Adios.